What if I told you? Most backup inverter systems don't fail when the power goes out. They fail in the exact moment you expect them to take over. On paper, a backup system sounds simple. The grid goes down, the inverter switches on, and your home keeps running without interruption. It feels like security, like control, like you're protected from outages. But in real-world systems, backup power isn't just about having an inverter. It's about how fast and reliably the system responds under stress. And that's where most setups fall apart. At the beginning, everything looks ready. Batteries are charged, inverter is installed, system is connected. But backup systems aren't tested during normal operation. They're tested during failure conditions. And failure conditions expose every weakness in design. Now let's break down the first critical factor: transfer speed. When the grid goes down, your inverter must detect the loss of power. Some systems switch in milliseconds fast enough that you don't even notice. Others take longer, causing lights to flicker or devices to reset. So backup power isn't just about having energy. It's about how quickly that energy becomes available. The second major factor is load handling during transition. Your inverter suddenly becomes responsible for the entire load. If that load is too high, the inverter can overload instantly. Instead of taking over, it shuts down, leaving you with no power at all. This is one of the most common real-world failures. The system works perfectly until everything depends on it at once. Now, let's talk about battery readiness. A backup system is only as strong as the energy stored in it. If batteries are partially charged, degraded, or undersized, the system may activate successfully, but only run for a short time. Worse, voltage can drop quickly under load, causing instability. Backup isn't just about switching on. It's about how long you can stay on. Another critical issue is priority load management. Not everything in your home needs to run during an outage. Well-designed systems separate critical loads, lights, refrigeration from non-essential ones like heating or heavy workshop tools. Without this separation, the inverter is forced into overload conditions almost immediately. Now let's move to inverter capacity versus real demand. Many systems are sized based on average usage, but outages don't happen under average conditions. They happen when multiple loads are active. If your inverter isn't sized for peak demand, including surge loads, it may not handle the transition. A system that works daily can still fail. Now here's a big one: surge loads at startup. When power returns briefly, multiple devices may try to start at the same time. These startup surges can be several times higher than normal power. If your inverter can't handle that surge, it trips. Now let's talk about system synchronization. In hybrid systems, the inverter must create its own stable AC waveform instantly. If the waveform isn't stable, sensitive electronics may behave unpredictably. Backup isn't just about availability, it's about power quality. Automatic systems detect outages instantly. Manual systems require user intervention, turning on the inverter or starting a generator. Now let's move to generator integration. A well-designed inverter can start and stop the generator automatically based on battery levels. But if integration is poor, you may face delays or unstable transitions. Backup is about coordination between multiple systems. Now talk about idle readiness. Backup systems are always on standby. Inverters and control systems consume small amounts of energy continuously. Over time, this drain can reduce battery levels. A system that seems ready may actually be slowly discharging in the background. Many people never test their systems under real conditions. They don't simulate outages or measure runtime. When a real outage occurs, the system is being tested for the first time under pressure. That's when hidden weaknesses appear. A backup inverter system isn't just a safety feature. It's a system designed to operate under worst-case scenarios. It must handle sudden transitions, unpredictable loads, and real-time decision-making. And it has to do all of that instantly. A properly designed system has enough capacity, maintains battery storage, separates loads, and is tested regularly. Because reliability isn't theoretical, it's proven. Backup systems don't fail because they lack power. They fail because they aren't designed for the exact moment everything changes. That moment, when the grid disappears, is when the system goes from passive to fully responsible. If it can't handle that transition, nothing else matters. A backup inverter system requires more than just equipment. It requires design, balance, and preparation for conditions you can't predict. If you want more deep, real-world breakdowns like this about backup systems, subscribe to Off-Grid Life Tech.